So I thought today we'd focus on the neck and trapezius, kind of this area, because I don't know about you, but a lot of times.
That's my number one area.
Yeah. So let's start. And as usual, good morning, Marcia. If anything hurts, back off or do an alternative stretch. So we're going to start standing if you're able, and you can do most of these seated, but we'll do shoulder shrugs. And so we're going to just hold for a few seconds. Don't go a little bit tight, but should feel a good tight, and then release. So hold a few seconds, release. I'm going to start my timer. And just make sure you're breathing. So this is kind of getting the blood flowing to the shoulder trapezius area, right? Should feel good. And you could do, 10 of these or 30 seconds, 20 seconds. It's nice because you can be at your desk and do them, and it just gets, like I said, a little bit of release and gets that blood flowing. All right, nice. And then we're gonna do ear to the shoulder. So you're gonna drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then the other hand, if you can, will reach over and just not to pull, the right hand will reach over to the cheekbone and try to relax. Don't let the shoulder come up. So dropping right ear to right shoulder, right hand reaches over to your cheekbone, not pulling, but just adding a little bit extra of a stretch. And again, if it's too much, you can take it off or go to your forehead. Just gonna watch the clock here. Yeah, be sure to relax your breathing. And then let's go ahead and come out slowly and to the other side. Again, left ear to left shoulder, left hand reaches over to that cheekbone. And I feel a really good deep stretch, right in here, this area, the trapezius, that big back, neck, shoulder blade muscle. And so throughout the day, you might just think, am I tight here? And you could do some of those shoulder shrugs or some of these exercises when you set your alarm to move, or you could leave a sticky note up, or as long as it's not buried in, I remember at school, I'd have like 10 sticky notes, so they really didn't stand out, but something that stands out, come up, can be helpful. All right, the next one, I'm gonna shift my camera. You do wanna be standing in this one, I think, or you could try seated folding over, but you're gonna have a wide stance, back up here, and first you're gonna grab your hands behind you, and if this isn't good for you, I'll show you an alternative. And then wide stance, soft knees, and then we're gonna go all the way over. It's kind of a spinal decompression. Raise those arms up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and relax that neck. Don't look up. Just let the neck muscles, decompress. The spine should feel good. If it is awkward to bend over, you could stay standing and still get a good stretch here, right? So we get a little bit of chest, trapezius here, and just like I said, just letting the spine decompress by being in this upside down position. Take one more deep breath here. Relax and come up slowly. And then we're going to go to neck rotation. This is also good seated or standing. So just trying to make sure your ear's over your shoulder, so your chin's not going to be forward or jetted out. You're going to, nice alignment here, right? Bring it in a little. And then let's just go slow and side to side, rotating the head. Relax your breathing. Again, do a shoulder check. Make sure they're relaxed. Just kind of do some nice, slow, rhythmic breathing here. So this is getting the neck rotators, right? The little muscles in the neck. What are they? Scalenes, splenius muscles. oh, these big sternocleidomastoid muscles that stick out. Anyway, okay, next one. And I usually do about 5 to 10 rotations each side, or again, 30 seconds. We're gonna do a shoulder blade squeeze. And we're gonna have our hands here at like our W, relaxing the shoulders, bringing those shoulder blades together, hold about 5 seconds, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. That's how I count when I'm doing it on my own. And then relax. Let's do another one. And so this one, we're stretching across here, but we're also strengthening those muscles, our trapezius muscles and rhomboids that do scapular retraction, that pull the scapula muscles, the shoulder blade muscles apart. And so it's a good strengthening because do a couple more on your own while I'm talking. Because at our desk or in that forward motion, these muscles are getting overstretched and weakened, right? So we're trying to kind of rejuvenate them and strengthen them again by doing this exercise. So you could do 3, 5, 6, 7 of these, you know, seated or standing. And then we're going to do a levator scapula stretch. So this one, you're going to take your right arm and put it on your right shoulder blade-ish. And then you're going to turn your head about halfway, or between the shoulder and where you're facing straight ahead, just angle, and then tilt the chin down towards your chest. And if you need a little extra, I like a little extra, so I take my left hand and pull down, and I feel it back in here. That levator scapula attaches to the top of the scapula and elevates the scapula. Is the action. And assists, I'm forgetting the other action. Anyway, it attaches to the neck as well. So hopefully you're feeling that. Take a nice deep breath here. And again, if it's too much, just take your hand off, or it's not enough, just a gentle pull, doing everything gently. And come up and out of that slowly. And let's do the other hand side. So left hand on the shoulder blade, turning about halfway between your facing straight and your shoulder, and then tilt down to the chest. I feel that already, but I'm going to add a little extra by taking my right hand and a gentle pull of my chin towards my chest. Yeah, and again, I'm doing about 30 seconds on this one, so we probably have about 10 more seconds here. Breathe into that. I always try to focus my breathing too into the muscles that we're stretching. Okay, and come up. Wow, nice. And then for our one last stretch, we're just gonna do dropping the chin to the chest, which is also a nice stretch for the neck, some of the neck muscles. And then we're just gonna go side to side, staying in that front quadrant, right? Just kind of doing the 180 here and not behind. Just another loosener, get the blood flowing to the neck and trapezius. Right, because that big back muscle, the trapezius, also does head extension. And then that lateral, dropping the ear towards the shoulder. And then bring your chin back to your chest and come up. And let's just finish with a couple more circles. And you could go the other way too, if you want. I tend to focus more on this way because I feel like I'm so much in that, but it's nice to do both. And then just as you do a couple more, finish up, I was gonna show you, this has been great, putting a tennis ball in a sock. And then I've been just against the wall, then it doesn't fall. Been doing this a lot lately and just, holding it or doing a little bit of motion. But yeah, that's just an extra tip.